I support women in a similar women who are in a similar journey that I used to be years ago, which is women who are feeling disconnected from themselves and that who will love to become an enthusiastic woman, which is basically this concept that I created is a woman who is loving and knows her true self, activate her power, and start taking aligned action. So she can find this alignment and peace and live with peace and joy in all of her life.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Fearless Women podcast. Today, I'm joined by the one and only Natalia, and I remember that both of us, we joined the Fearless Women organization at the same time, and I'm super happy to have this chat with her today because I think we all can benefit from what she has to share and the energy that she gives out to the world. She is an enthusiastic coach, and that means that she's helping women, guiding them back to their essence and activating their true power and taking aligned actions. And yeah, I just want to hand over the mic. I got my English today. To Natalia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, dear, for that beautiful introduction. I'm really happy to have this conversation with you today. I'm honored. Thanks. Yeah, what can I tell you? My name is Natalia. I was born in Argentina, and I feel myself as a traveler soul. Mainly because like my journey to my true essence started when I started to connect with my inner voice, which was telling me at that time, go and travel the world, go and experience the world. There are so many things that you haven't seen yet. So go and see what is it that you need to experience to try to find your answers. So yes, I feel myself as a traveler soul. I love traveling. I love experiencing. I love connecting with people. I enjoy a lot the adventure. I love the uncertainty of life. I really feel that that's when the magic, we are giving space to the magic to happen. And yes, for me, honesty, transparency, authenticity, the true self, and yeah, being committed to ourself, to deeply loving ourself, are one of my main values that yes, I wanted to tell you. And I am a chocolate lover and a dog lover as well. That is really important to me. And yes, and so I transitioned from working as a lawyer here in Argentina, where I am at in this moment, though I live in Spain, and to more an aligned way of living, which brought me to my true self, and I started to see this transition in all my areas of my life, whereas my relationships, my health, and my professional area of my life. So in this area of service, today I support women in a similar women who are in a similar journey that I used to be years ago, which is women who are feeling disconnected from themselves and that who will love to become an enthusiastic woman, which is basically this concept that I created is a woman who is loving and knows her true self, activate her power, and start taking aligned action. So she can find this alignment and peace, and live with peace and joy in all of her life. So yes, that's a little bit about myself.
Wow, thank you for sharing all of that. I love the chocolate anecdote. I mean, like,
That's easy. You need to know that. It's really important.
I think a lot of people resonate with that. Also, before we started this interview, we briefly had a chat, and you talked about like your own ducks. And actually, it is something that I want to chat about because I think it's something super interesting, and also obviously connects with your work that you do, that you went to Sweden and do something very specific. Would you like to share that again? Also with the
Yes.
audience.
Yes. So I'm based in Malaga at the moment. And as I mentioned, I really enjoy traveling and I love nature. I feel so much connected to nature, and I feel I am more connected to myself whenever I am in nature. So I try to be close to nature as much as I can. And I am based in Malaga, and it was summertime there. The summertime was coming, and summertime in Malaga can be really tough for me. So I knew that I wasn't going to stay there. So I felt that I was between in two minds, which I don't feel that it's mine, but I had two ideas, whether to head to Africa or whether to head to Scandinavia. And I was feeling these two calls. I've always been really attracted to Africa, and I haven't gone yet, but I know that I will go
One day.
at a certain point. And so I felt that it was like my time to go to Scandinavia, and I was feeling this call to Sweden, and also with shamanism, connecting with shamanism. So what I did at the time was got into a volunteer website and filter the options by shamanism. So I found some places and I texted some of them, only two actually, or three. And one of them replied to me. So I went to her place. She's into shamanism. She has like her shamanism perspective. So I went to her place and I stayed at her place for, I think it was 10 days. Yes. So I got a little bit of this taste of understanding more about shamanism, which was something that I was feeling the need to explore more, and the desire, and also to be connected with nature, because it was a beautiful house, which was like 5 minutes away from the closest lake. So it was the time to reset, to recharge, and to feel amazed by the beauty of that place.
Wow, I love that. And for everybody who doesn't really know what shamanism is, can you maybe briefly describe?
Yes. So this is something that I am exploring at the moment. There's so many things that I still have to learn about this. But her way of approaching it was to feel connected to nature, right? Is to embrace life through the lens of nature. So to understand that we are nature as well. We are part of this nature, and we work the same as nature does. So that was her main way of approaching shamanism. So she was practicing she had like some sessions that she was offering to people, and her view of life was embracing this and having this philosophy on daily basis. So it's a way of like respecting nature, being aware of how important nature is and how we are also part of nature. And yes, there are so many different approaches to shamanism, but this was the one that she was following, and the one that I could learn a little bit more about.
Sounds super, super interesting. And I myself have had encounters with shamanism. So now I'm really intrigued. Is it something that you would like to integrate into your coaching job? Is it like into your own practice?
Yes, I feel that in the upcoming time, I'm not sure when, this will be something that I will be integrating. The way I work now is a lot about connecting with the woman, understanding deeply where she is at the moment, because I didn't mention this, but I mainly work with women, although I mentioned who is a women and enthusiastic women. I mainly work with women, and the way I create this safe space, that's the way I feel it, is like about creating a safe space for the woman to express herself. So I use meditations, breathing exercise, visualizations, and there is not so much structure in the call, to be honest, because this is when I truly feel that the magic unfolds, when we truly believe and trust ourselves that we already have the answers within ourselves. So it's a lot about creating this safe space and building momentum around the woman and what is the main challenge that she's having at the moment. So I kind of use this tool that I mentioned, coaching tools, and also about a lot of intuition and inner wisdom. And I see myself as I connect with something more, and it's not myself. So it's something opens there where I am able to be fully present in the moment and guide the woman with the main topic that she's bringing. So yes, it's a lot about the magic that unfolds there, the magic of the being present and connecting as well with her body. Sometimes I also feel in my body something that she's feeling, so it's also that helps me as well to guide her and coming to the body and to whatever she's feeling, and start to embrace that, right, and to start to be curious about that energy that she's feeling in her body, so she can express it and gradually overcome it as well.
Wow. So if somebody would be interested in working with you, I mean, you also touched on it, saying that you work with visualizations, meditations and stuff. But when they want to work with you, what can they usually expect to happen?
So that's something that I ask them at the beginning of the session, is for example, if someone is a woman who is interested but she hasn't had any sessions with me, I basically would ask them, first of all, where are they in their life, in which point are they, to bring clarity about, okay, where is it that you are in this precise moment, and where is it that you would like to be, what is it like, where is your main challenge as well. So where are you, where would you like to be, and what is the main challenge that you're having at the moment. And there's first a lot of clarity and awareness to bring to the session. And after that, when we understand, okay, where are you at and where would you like to be, we start to delve deeper and be curious, get to the nitty-gritty, and understand what is it actually, what are the unconscious obstacles that are stopping the woman from being where she would like to be. Obstacles, but also opportunities to grow. That's a word that I really like to use instead of obstacles, right? So they could expect from the sessions is clarity, awareness, releasing energy that has been blocked in the body in forms of emotions. Aha moments is like understanding how our brain works and how connected is everything to everything, to all, like our experience, and where those thoughts and beliefs are coming from. And when we understand those beliefs, we understand why we act the way we act. So yes, that will be something that they will get from session: clarity, awareness, aha moments, releasing emotions, building as well a better relationship with the mind, which is essential. It's like at the beginning we might feel that I don't want the mind to be here. It's like just like I want to shut down the mind. That is not possible. We are human beings. We need it.
Yeah.
We need the mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, building a better relationship with the mind, and I feel that this is really important as well, to understand the power of our emotions.
Yeah.
To understand that they're nothing else than energy.
It's true.
They're energy. They're just energy that needs to be expressed. And I'm getting goosebumps.
No, but it's so true, because I once heard a quote that said, emotions is energy in motion. This is how you break down.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
Yes. 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 And when we just like see emotions like as that, as just like energy in motion, there is no thought, like negative thought related to them. There is no judgment. They're just like energy.
They come
Exactly. They come and go, and they come because there's some wisdom behind them. There's something that they're bringing. There is information to be released. So it's like that energy that is bringing the information.
Yeah.
So yes, that would be something as well that we worked with the women, like gaining clarity and understanding the power of emotion as well. It's okay to cry, shout, laugh, whatever you're feeling.
And it's probably that kind of magic that you already talked about earlier. Would you like to share one magic moment, one success story with a magic moment with the audience?
Mhm. There isn't something like specific, I would say. I feel that the sessions are magic itself, because sometimes, for example, the woman doesn't know what to talk about. So we said, okay, let's start with feeling grounded and being present and connecting, like through breathing exercise or meditation. And after some minutes of like feeling grounded and being connected, and I start asking them questions, we start finding the topic that they wanted to talk about, and how connected was that to what we have been working on. And at the same time, there's other times, for example, when they know what they want to talk about, but after some minutes, we found that there was something behind that. So it wasn't like the main topic of that they brought to the session, but there was something behind, which could, for example, something related to their childhood. That was something there that was stopping the woman to move forward in her life. And while like creating this safe space and creating this presence and coming with a curious mind as well, with a curious perspective and intention, enables this to happen. because when we are open, we just like, we feel safe and we feel that we can talk and express ourselves as much as we want. And when I keep on asking them questions, and they're answering like from a safe space, feeling safe and not judged, and just answering without filtering with the mind, just like answering, that's when the magic happens. And also like digging deeper in the words that they use, which are the words that they're mentioning, why are they saying what you're saying. So yes, I know that's I answered like kind of in a general way, but that's what I wanted to mention, is like maybe sometimes they don't know what they want to talk about, and they leave the session like feeling, wow, it's like I didn't know where I was going to what I wanted to bring to the session, and they leave the session feeling in awe. It's like, wow, incredible. And there's sometimes where they bring something and there was something else to talk about.
Yeah, and it's actually beautiful also how you said that like it's kind of general, but it shows that in every session there can be magic. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be a specific event that is like a huge milestone to be achieved, but it can be like just giving somebody something that they didn't know they were looking for.
Yes.
Very, very powerful.
Yeah. Yes. And in that sense, what I wanted to mention as well is it's not something that I told them, but it was something that is coming from them. I'm just like a tool, like there is no hierarchy in the sessions, but I am just a tool that is like bringing this answer, reflecting them the answers. I'm not bringing the answer, I'm reflecting them the answers that they're saying. I'm digging deeper. It's like like swimming in the ocean. Is like, okay, excuse me, let's move this and this.
No, it's really, and I think so many people can relate with that because I mean, me myself, I once had coaching sessions where I was like, oh, I don't really know what I want to talk about. And then after the session, I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that there was something so deep inside of me that needed to come out. And that truly is magic. And I love that you
Yeah.
say it's magic because it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. That's the power that we all have, you know.
And I think also, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's the power that it's within us, and whenever we actually decide to be open, this is something that it can happen to all of us for sure.
Yeah. And I also love what you said, the curiosity. I think there's always something that you can look for, but you need to be open for it. And then curiosity is your friend.
Yes. Yes.
So I have another question in mind, which is a little bit off topic, but is there something, I mean, you said before we started the recording that you're very content, but is there something that you have been struggling with lately that you have overcome, or something that was a big transition for you that you would like to share? And if
Yes.
how?
Yes, yes, for sure. So I left Argentina the first time in 2019, and that's when my journey started. And my journey, what I mean is like my journey to understanding myself and who I am, and what kind of what is my essence, and what kind of life I would like to live, and everything. And since then, since 2019, I mostly all the years I came back to Argentina, where my roots are from. Well, actually, my grandparents were from were from Spain, so it's like crazy. They came here. I went there. But every time that I come here to Argentina, that's a challenge, of course, because I'm not coming as the same person. And I am embracing since then, since 2019, every time I come here, it's a challenging time, because it's again like coming back to, it's not the same because I'm not the same, but the place is the same. The social, the people are, some of them are still my friends, some of them they're not, because I changed a lot. But I still have the same family. And so that's why it's a challenge. Every time it's like something more to unravel, something more to face, right? And that's when the challenges come. And mainly about the family, because when talking about authenticity and true self, there's so much work to work, or there's so much layers to unravel related to the family. That's the main thing. So the main challenges that I've always faced when coming here to Argentina is my family, like seeing them again, like leaving them with them again. But I feel really grateful, to be honest, to come here and to make the decision to be brave again and to live again with them and decide to live with them, spend some time with them, and see myself as well. Okay, am I having triggers? Where are these triggers leading me to? And that's the opportunity that is life. It's that one thing is that this is something that I also experienced in my life, and there is a lesson here. One thing is the theory. We can know a lot about the theory, the books, and what they say and everything. And another thing is the experience. We only get to integrate the wisdom, the theory through experience. So it was through the experience of coming here to Argentina that I started to experience and integrate and see myself, okay, this is still triggering to me. And triggering means like to feel like whether anger, whether sad, disappointed, frustrated, whatever feeling is coming to you at the moment, but it's reminding you to past experience. So being able to see that, that's the huge place. That's the first step, like being able to see that, right? And through the last years, I experienced that since 2019, since the first time I came back here to Argentina. And at the moment, I've been connecting a lot with my root chakra. So this feeling of feeling supported no matter who I am. Mm-hmm. And yes, it's been challenging for sure. But it's not challenging, actually. The word is like, today I embrace this with more curiosity and I see it through a different lens. I see it with the lens of like, okay, this is an opportunity again to integrate something more and to pay attention to whatever my body is telling me. Because in my body, what I felt, it was like lower back pain. So at the area of the root chakra, I felt pain there. And I needed to, like, I was having this pain for like the last 2 weeks, like, but not every day, just like spontaneously. So, and there was one day, like this week actually, that I needed to just rest and sit with this. And that was again like another opportunity and like a sign of my body saying, okay, pay attention to this.
Yeah. Your body is always talking with you. So true.
Yes. So I did some work like again, like meditations and visualization and journaling and connecting with this pain. And This is something funny because I sometimes feel pain that they're not my pain. So I was at the beginning, okay, is this my pain or not? It's like, yes, no, this is yours. Deal with it.
That's like when you're highly sensitive to energy, it's so true. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, is this is mine or not? Yeah, this is yours. Yes, it's yours. So so yes, this was like to be honest, I don't feel it like anymore as a challenge. I feel it like I was angry. I was angry with not being able to move. That was the main thing. Is like, okay, I'm open, you know. It's like whatever it has to come, whatever I have to see that I'm not seeing, just come. But I was angry with my body, like nothing my body is like I want to move. It's like I want to go back again to life and feel healthy. So yes, that was something that I felt that I worked with. And with a different lens, with this lens of curiosity and being compassionate with myself and curious. Yeah.
I find it so interesting that I witnessed this in the interview, how you literally changed your own mindset, the own narrative that you were telling yourself in your head from it's the challenge. And then at one point you were just like, no, it's not a challenge. I'm embracing this and I'm like with curiosity trying to figure this out. And I think that's super valuable also for the listeners of this podcast to witness this, how it's bluntly said, but how easy it can be to just change your narrative,
Yes.
change your mind. Like, wait, hold on, it's a story I'm telling myself. If I use the word challenge, all of a sudden it is a big challenge. And it doesn't have to be. It can be something beautiful to be embraced.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
love that. Honestly, it was beautiful to be part of this. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But there's a question that I have. So you also talked about the triggers and like the emotions that you felt. How do you usually handle your emotions or regulate them or try to like be with them? What is your tip or maybe just your
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I was all over the place. I could, yeah, I couldn't regulate them at all. I would suppress a lot until I couldn't suppress anything else, and I would just like explode.
Yeah.
I wouldn't communicate a lot of things out of feeling judged or out of feeling rejected or out of feeling, oh, you are a fool, that it's not a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. This is what I'm feeling, you know. But I wouldn't communicate a lot of things, a lot of emotions out of these fears. And because I didn't feel safe at the end, it's about like that, not feeling safe for expressing yourself, that this is something that we all need as human beings, is to express ourselves. And understanding that they're just emotions. This is just energy. And it took me a lot of energy and time on working on myself, on understanding myself, my story, and everything that I experienced in my life as a kid, as a teenager, and everything. And there was a lot of angry at the beginning of the first years of like, or blaming, you know, it's like, no, because this is what happened to me. It's not what happened, actually. It's what we experienced, and this is perfect. It's like, of course, there can be a lot of pain, but depending on the story that we tell ourselves, as you mentioned before, if it's something that happened or someone did to us, we stay in this place of being a victim. Whereas if we just like acknowledge everything that happened and acknowledge all the emotions that we had and we still have, and the energy that still needs to be released, and we give place to all of that and at the same time, we decide to.
There's a
Yeah.
call.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't take it.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
No, it's
No
because
worries.
in the hotel and they were, I don't know, they were calling me. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
But I was like, if it's something about the flight back, so I was super scared.
No
Okay.
worries at all. So I was saying that these two difference where we decide to be in, if in a place of like blaming others, or in a place of like, okay, this is something that I experienced, this is something that I had to experience, and I acknowledge everything that I experienced, and I acknowledge and I give place to all my emotions, and at the same time I decide to take my power and decide to be responsible and committed to myself. This is where we start embracing the power that we all have as human beings. And that was when I started to, after all this awareness and everything, and after giving place to all my emotions and releasing whatever was still in my body, I started to manage better my emotions. I understood that all emotions are perfect. And yeah, it took me some years. Yes. And yeah, it was crazy because when I was younger and I wasn't used to expressing, I would get a lot of symptoms in my body. I would have a lot of pain in my throat, many times through the years, the same year. And whenever I give place to this emotion, I don't necessarily have to have body pain, because I'm already giving space for that, for the emotions. So yeah, I don't know if that's answering to your question. Yeah.
And I think, I mean, we said it earlier as well. So many things manifest in the body as well, and I think that's so interesting to see. Like your body is telling you before your mind can even understand what's happening. So sometimes we just need to listen to our body and be curious and try to figure out what is wrong, you know. But what I also wanted to say, because I think it's beautifully how you said it, that when we get out of the victim mode, like, and acknowledge that we have those emotions. I mean, there's no person on earth that can fully control emotions happening or not. That's just, they come and they go. But what you said, we have the power of how we sit with them. Do we suppress them? Do we invite them in? Because usually what happens, it's what I experience as well, when I just invite them in and just be with them and try to understand what they're telling me, because you said it earlier, they have information, they're usually gone after 2 minutes. It's like it comes and I'm like, okay, I'm super angry and I just need to, okay, I understand and I accept and I acknowledge and I embrace it. And then I can let it go and I'm no longer angry anymore. And it's so
Yeah.
fast. You can, like, actually, as you said, have the power over it. You will never
Yeah.
have the power of if you have them or not, but how you can experience them. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
So thank
Yes.
you for that.
As we are. Yes. What came to me is like the power of choosing.
Yeah.
Uh, the power of choosing. We have the power to choose how we how we see the world, how we see our life, and what kind of decision we would like to make as well.
Yeah.
And I've read this for the first time, I think it was 2 years ago, the power of choosing, from Caroline Mize, who is really into the sacred contracts, and it blew my mind. It's literally, we have the power to choose, how important are decisions, to set, to be intentional about the decisions. And yes, yeah.
Wow. I love that. Yeah, it's, you need to write it down for me. Or not just write it down, because right now, but yeah, probably I will read it too. Yeah, and I just wanted to go back to another topic that I found really intriguing when we started the interview, because you said you love uncertainty. And there's also so much magic happening in uncertainty. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Yes. Yeah, I'm fascinated about it.
You literally were like, yes, let me start.
Give me uncertainty, please. Yes, yes. Yeah, I truly, like, I truly feel, I truly know that in my life I need uncertainty. That's where I give space for magic to unravel. I've always been adventurous, but when I was living my lawyer's life, I was living a life of, like, from Monday to Friday, I was working or studying and doing everything every day almost the same, but maybe for, like, sometimes I would go to see my friends or my boyfriend at that time. And I remember even Sundays evening thinking about it, like, oh no, here we come again, Monday again. No. Already knowing how the week was going to be, it was like killing me. Like the song, killing me softly with his I was literally feeling that I was killing myself.
Yeah.
And when we set this, like, we intentionally give space for uncertainty to happen, like, we don't plan. For example, when we have some space where we are not planning, we are trusting that space, that's whatever it has to come will come. And that's and keeping that curiosity, and, like, yeah, everything is okay. Of course, like, it's like a skill, to ability to develop it more, it's like, something to intentionally say, okay, I just choose to be okay with uncertainty. I choose to trust in the uncertainty. And I feel that for reaching that point, before, we need to work a lot on the mind. We need to lower the volume of the mind. Because if not, it wouldn't be possible. If we are all the time thinking, and living by our thoughts and believing our thoughts, we wouldn't be okay with uncertainty at all. Yeah.
I totally resonate with that, because when you find that trust in uncertainty, because for me, 100% of the times, I always figured it out. Whatever life
Yeah.
in my face, good,
Yes.
bad, horrible, I always survived everything. So
Yes.
that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's also like a really present topic for me. I'm also at the point in my life where I'm like, I want the uncertainty because I know I can handle everything because I have done so in the past. So I also want to experience the magic happening again and again and again, and give some space to it, just as you described, because it's beautiful. Because people,
Yeah.
they are scared of uncertainty just because they think about the worst things that can happen, but the worst things won't kill them. So
Mhm.
why waste your energy, your thoughts on it?
Yes. Yes. I truly, yeah, tell me.
That's why I think it's so interesting and so important that we now talk about it, just to, I don't know, allow other people to, to maybe have this change of mindset as well, and just to, I don't know, embrace it a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yes, yes. Um, I truly feel that we start being uh okay or better with handling uncertainty when we give space for starting new things, experiencing different kind of things that we are not used to, and seeing through the experience how good that those experiences are for each of us. And at the same time, like that could be something like start like experiencing, choosing to experience something different. So you actually see through the experience that whenever you are doing something different, how you feel. And that's like also I feel that that helps us as well to be a little bit more okay with something different
Yeah.
and with this certainty. And at the same time, like working, bringing awareness and start lowering the volume of the mind. That's I feel is like essential. It's like whether like by mindfulness or meditation or any kind of activity that grounds you in that moment, so you can start developing that skill of understanding and being aware of your thoughts. The first step, like being aware of what are you thinking.
Yeah.
So then you start like, okay, choosing the thoughts, and the thoughts are not controlling you. Because if thoughts are controlling us, there is no place for uncertainty. There is everything on, it is not our mind controlling our life.
Yeah.
Through the lens of the past, our past experience, through the lens of limiting beliefs, and through the lens of fears. So yes, I wanted to share that, and being brave as well, choosing to be brave.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah, I just wanted
a tough one.
wanted sorry, I wanted to share like something that came to me when you were talking about and asked me about this. There was one time 2 years ago where I was here in Argentina, and I was coming back to Malaga. I was already based in Malaga at the time, and I had no place to stay in. Like I had my flight to go back to Malaga, but I didn't know where I was living, because every time that I came here to Argentina, I left my house, so I was homeless. So I needed to look for another place.
Yeah.
And when I came this time, at this moment, it's the same situation. I don't have a house in Malaga. I left the house that I was. So at that time, 2 years ago, I had a flight to go back to Malaga, and my parents would say, "Okay, where are you going when you arrive?" It's like, I don't know. I don't know yet. At
We
that time, I was actively looking for. At that time, I was actually looking for a certain apartment with a really close friend that I wanted to move with, but it didn't happen. So I said, okay, this is not meant to be.
Yeah.
Let's go to Malaga and let's see what happens. And as soon as I landed to Spain, to Barcelona. I traveled to Barcelona, and then I had another flight to Malaga. As soon as I landed in Barcelona, I remembered that the previous year, I rented a place in Malaga. So from an Argentinian guy who was like managing apartments. So I remember about this guy, and I sent him a message. Hey, I'm arriving to Malaga today. Do you have a place for me? And I took the other flight to Malaga. So I didn't see his answer. I just like got into the other plane and I landed to Malaga, and I turned on my phone. It's like, yes, I have a place.
This is how the universe answers. It's like, you trusted me, so I'll give you. Yeah, this is how, yeah. And it's beautiful. You probably didn't even waste like worrying in the whole flight and being like, oh my God, I don't have anywhere to stay. You just be like, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, right?
Yes. 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 Yeah.
So this is an example of in action trusting that everything will be okay. Embrace
Yes.
uncertainty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I love those stories. This is like evidence that it's truly like whenever you start trusting, it falls into like knowing that the universe always works in your favor, not against you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Being like that, choosing to trust, and remembering that everything is perfect. Everything is perfect as it has to be, it will be, and that's what we need to experience at that time. It gives so much peace.
And you know what? I mean, I can imagine that many people that will watch this episode be like, what? She flew to Spain, like across the whole globe and didn't even bother if she had a place to crash or not. Like they would, like other people wouldn't be able to do that. But I think that's why it's beautiful to give such an example, because it can be very intimidating to not have a place to sleep and be like really like homeless. But that's why it's such a good example of, yeah, but it works out. It will always work out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so again, a little bit off topic, so I'm just curious, getting into the end of the interview, what have you planned for the future with maybe like your professional life in terms of coaching, or it doesn't necessarily have to be coaching at the moment, but what are your what is the future for you? I mean, we talked about the uncertainty and obviously you will hold some space for that, but do you have any visions, any ideas, any plans that you are pursuing at the moment?
Yes. Yes. So my main vision is that women live in alignment, which means, first of all, understanding what is your essence, our unique essence. Like it's like being enthusiastic is about that. It's like unlocking your power through bringing these unconscious obstacles to awareness. And through that, we start getting access to okay, what's unique about me? What's my authenticity? What is my true self? What is my essence? And then starting to take aligned action which is coming from the essence and not coming from the mind. So that's my main vision. Like women can know their true self, their true essence, and love their true essence, start activating this power, inner power, and start seeing this in their material life. So in their relationship and in their professional area, in all their life. So that's my main vision, that women live in alignment so they can live with peace and with joy. And everything, all the projects that I create are connected to this vision, to my main vision. So at the moment, I'm having one-to-one sessions, private sessions. And I also did some group sessions and some women's circles. So I'm exploring a little bit more this as well. This is that something that it's still creating and moving. I actually had one yesterday here. This was the first time doing it here in Argentina. Yes. Yes. Yes, it was beautiful. It was an honor for me to create this space for these women in a neighbor where I used to go a lot when I was a kid, since I was a kid. So yeah, to keep on creating group spaces to women to come together. It's so powerful when we come together. It's so magical, and this is really important to me as well, because in my previous years when I was younger, I wasn't connecting with the feminine energy and not with the masculine energy, that either, from a healthy place.
Yes.
To any of them from a healthy place. So now that I've been working on this, I want to, my intention is to create these spaces for women who are also interested in being committed to themselves, in understanding, okay, what is it? Why am I who I am at this moment? Why am I acting like this? And this part of women coming together is something really important as well for me, and so powerful as well. And I keep learning a lot and being inspired by a lot of women that I meet. So that's another thing that I am creating at the moment, like group, women in group. And as well, in the future, which already exists on a certain level, I see myself managing a center for women at the beginning. Yes, which the main intention, it's always the same: to connect with our true self, to connect with our essence, to connect with our authenticity, because I truly feel that that's when life changes, when we give ourselves to be ourselves, let ourselves to be ourselves. Everything starts to change. So this, I see myself like managing this center where there will be a lot of different people providing workshops, activities to connect with our true self, through focusing on one side, the mind, another side, it would be the body, and the other aspect would be the spirit. So there will be different activities, workshops, with that intention to connect with our true self and build community. Beautiful. So that's with the women. And in a longer future, I see women like this organization coming together with a men organization that is doing the same, and bringing women and men together to start connecting from a healthy place.
Wow. That's a beautiful vision. And I can see it, and I know it's going to be amazing, and exactly how you envision it. Wow.
Yeah.
So inspiring. It's beautiful. And honestly, like I told you before, I want to come to, I don't care if it's Argentina, I will go there too. But I will come to Malaga at one point, and I want to attend one of your circles, because I think
I would love to.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful mission that you have. And
Thank you.
I want to see more of it. It's actually one of the closing questions, but you did say in your last answer, you talked about like other women that have inspired you. Just a little bit to go back to like the fearless women, because it's always part of our interview questions. Are there some fearless women that have inspired you? And if so, yes, who?
Yes, for sure. All of you. I haven't had the time to experience all of you one-to-one, but I would say that it is inspired to see women coming together and with this willingness and passion to come all together, connect, and create something meaningful and something with intention. So that's what I would say. But I'm really looking forward to connect with all of you more into privately or meet you in person, so we can learn more about and inspire even more ourselves.
Oh, that's such a wholesome answer. Thank you. And actually, I don't know if you've seen, but there's gonna be a meetup next year, so it will happen.
Yes.
It will happen.
Yeah.
Super excited for that. Okay, there's one fun question. One of the closing questions. We have like 3 or 4, 5 closing questions. So if your life was a movie, Natalia, what would be the title of the movie?
The Crazy Adventurous.
Love it. Doesn't need an explanation. I think everybody can, right? It's like, it's even like the way how you said it sounds so positive. Like, beautiful. Okay. And not the last, but the almost last question. I never know. I do these interviews so many times, and every time I'm like, how do you say like almost last question? I don't know. But what advice would you like to give to our viewers that have been listening to?
I feel that I would give the advice that I would have liked to receive years ago, which is it is okay to ask for help. Yes, it is much easier when we ask for help, and that doesn't mean that you are not good enough. That doesn't mean that you can't do things by yourself. That doesn't take your power away, but the opposite is choosing yourself, prioritizing yourself, and making the decision to be brave. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Wow. It's an important one, so thank you for sharing that. And yes, the last question to coming to an end of the interview. Where can our audience find you? Your social media, your website, whatever you have.
Yes. So I have social media, Instagram, although I am not really active there. I have an email as well. I can share my email with you, so you can put it in the description. And I have a Linktree as well, so I can share that with you as well. Linktree is it's in Spanish, but you can find information in English as well. So my Linktree is LA Coach Entusiasta. So I can share with you as well if you don't speak Spanish and you don't know how to spell.
Perfect. Amazing. So any last words that you have before we close today's podcast?
Yes, I wanted to thank you for hosting me here. You bring so much peace and presence to this call, and it's really comfortable and easy to talk with you. So thank you for so much for your presence, for being yourself, for your curiosity, and for bringing all these questions to the call.
Wow. Thank you so much. I can only give that back to you, and like I mean, it's the first time that we really have spoken one-on-one with each other, and I just like to say, I just love your energy, like your enthusiasm in this sense, and your authentic self. I like, even if it's like miles and miles away, I can feel your energy, and it's truly beautiful. And I cannot wait for the day that we will finally meet in person. But thank you so much for taking the time today and having a chat with me as well, and for your presence and sharing your story, which is truly inspiring. And I know that a lot of people will resonate with the topics that we talked about. And yeah, without further ado, um, let's keep in touch. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time today. And I'm just gonna close the recording, but yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Bye. Where do I close? I never stop recording. Wait. Yes.